Welcome, everyone, to another exciting episode of James Hates Everything. And tonight we are going live with a Shillin' Chat. What's a Shillin' Chat? Well, it's much like a Chillin' Chat, but the difference is we're going to be shilling a particular product. And tonight we are shilling Thunderstick Studios GRS Super Joystick, made specifically for Akari Warriors and other rotary based games. And so we're excited to get into that. But before we do, we have some exciting news to talk about from Arcade One Up, and just in case you haven't seen it. So stick around and we will get into it in just a minute. All right. In case you haven't seen the video I dropped a little over an hour ago, we have what appears to be a rumor from an insider within Costco, and we have confirmation of Miss Pac-Man XL coming to Costco as this year's exclusive. And I, for one, am excited about this one. The rumors of Golden TXL were not all that exciting to me. There's already a Golden TXL available all over. And so having a Miss Pac-Man is huge. And it looks like Thumper Squid is joined us, and Damian Williams and Thor KC. All these guys, thanks for joining me over from PD7, who's doing his regular Saturday night NBA Jam stream. And so, as I said, we're just briefly talking about the leak of sorts, the rumor of Miss Pac-Man XL at Costco. And I do have a previous video on that, but this leaker claims to work at Costco distribution. He checked in their system and they have 15,500 on order pending to delivery, which he will then have sent out to all 626 US Costco's. It is exclusive to the US, so it will not be available in Canada. But pretty exciting. And so that leaker provided some further information to support his evidence that he 91 to 25. Whoa, that's a thumping. So he provided some additional details that we can use to confirm his bona fides, right? And that is that of Pac-Man, they actually got 13,250 of Pac-Man XL last year. He provided numbers on how many they actually sold, how many they returned, how many of those floor models were sold specifically. So there's a lot of information there that those who have contacts within Arcade One Up, like John D, could confirm in order to support this person's credibility. So we'll see. It give providing all that information, I think, gives an air of credibility to the leaker, but we will find out. I've thought for quite a while that Pac-Man XL just made sense when they did Pac-Man XL and it sold so well. And with 15,500 ordered, it shows they upped their order, knowing that Miss Pac-Man is going to be a more popular title than Pac-Man itself. So I'm excited to see if that comes out. What's this say? Jay Pace says, I told PD7 some stuff. Well, I don't know what stuff you told him, but that sounds good. um, I also dropped, I wanted to share with you guys two things: an update on my Golden Tea Deluxe that I ordered. So I actually ordered it on Tuesday before the Best Buy order went up. NFM's had it for a while, and my NFM had it up for pre-order with the claims that it was scheduled to arrive yesterday, so April 12th, right in line with the Masters. Well, as I expected, once Best Buy came out with their pre-order and says May 9th for that release date, I was probably not going to be getting the Golden Tee Deluxe this weekend. And sure enough, NFM gave me a call today and confirmed they don't have them yet and they don't have an ETA. So uh, you can pretty much bet May 9th is probably the real street date from Best Buy. And in my experience, NFM typically Best Buy will get them first, and NFM will get them maybe a week later, typically. And I don't know if that's just a result of their distribution system only having 4 actual NFM locations, or if that is just the way it is. So I may end up canceling that and just pre-ordering from Best Buy. I haven't decided yet, but I wanted to give you that update. The other thing I wanted to point out, and PD7 knows this because I gave him a little bit of grief about it because his walk and talk videos, which if you guys, I know those of you in the chat are watching those, but if you're not watching those, you should be. But his walk and talk videos got me into getting into action figures again. So I blame him, and my wife can blame him for me buying toys again because I had stopped that bad habit quite a while ago. But my son's birthday is coming up, and so we went, me and my daughter, to go get him something for his birthday, and noticed that Walmart has a significant clearance going on for action figures. So many big brands are up to 75% or even more off. That's Masters of the Universe, GI Joe, the Superpowers collection, and several Jurassic Park of the dinosaurs themselves are all on clearance. So can't beat that deal. They're also having a big clearance at Walmart on video games. So I was able to pick up a few pretty cheap. I think it's early in their clearance at Walmart. So the clearance deals are just kind of okay, but I found a few titles that were more than 50% off, so I went ahead and picked those up. But those are always great to grab. Um, what separates the men from the boys is the price of their toys. Yes, indeed. And unfortunately, I have them of all different ranges. I've got no place to put them now, so I don't know what I'm going to do with some of the new ones, but we'll see. But thought that was interesting. If you guys are, still collecting any toys or interested in toys, that's a pretty darn good deal. So with that, I am going to jump over to the build plate, the build station, and we're going to bust this joystick open and see if we can't get it going. All right, so whoop. All right, hopefully you guys can hear me. Sorry, I left my other mic hot, and so it was echoing. And if you could throw a 1 in the chat if you can hear me, that would be awesome. And looks like Kevin Clausen has dropped by. And Corner K gets $1 every time. Let's go. Indeed. Indeed. He is the trademark that. Excellent. Glad you guys can hear. I don't know if anybody in here actually have the Super Joystick from Glenn. I actually bought 2 of these because I've been super frustrated with the fact that we're not getting anything new from Arcade 1-Up, and that the New Wave Toys GRS announcement keeps getting delayed. And I want something new. And I had held out hope that New Wave Toys and Glenn's retro show would be releasing an Akari Warriors tab, since he has this since he has this joystick. But with all the rumors that it may have been another Golden Tee, or it's something completely different, that's a product that Glenn has never made before, I decided to go ahead and pull the trigger. And so the Thunderstick Studios joysticks are the first two pieces I have purchased for this custom cab. And I will tell you, I am working with a couple other vendors right now to actually design and create custom pieces for this cab. So I'm pretty excited. Once those come to once those become reality, I will definitely share those with you, and they will likely, I hope, offer those to other people. I'm pretty excited that they're willing to do it, and I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm going to hold off on that until we actually come to some deals and I get the order in place. But pretty confident they're going to be able to do it based on our conversations, and I'm fired up and ready for that. So that'll be a future Shill and Chat you can look forward to when I get that and get that all installed and configured. But so next up, let me try to get this thing out of here. And if you do not have one of these things are heavy duty. The way this box comes, it's got a lot of weight to it. You can tell it is high quality. And Glenn's mentioned on his show, this box itself is really thick, sturdy cardboard, because you can use it as the control panel itself. You can see here you got all the different button layouts, and they're perforated, so you can punch these out real easy. And for the sake of this install and test tonight, I'm just going to use this. In the future, this will be I'll be removing this along with the second one and putting it in an actual cab. But for now, the other thing I wanted to note is this manual. Man, you can tell quality. This is a thick manual. So Glenn has gone through, and it is fully detailed, step by step, what you need to do, different configurations, different walkthroughs on how to configure it with different games, different setups. And of course, each page here, you've got a QR code where there's a video, so you can jump in and take a closer look. But very few products, like especially in this range, come with this much information, and pretty impressive. For those of you who aren't aware, Glenn's had a sale going on for at least a month now, and it is a limited time sale where you can pick these up for 30% off, which is a pretty significant discount. I did put that in the description to make it easier for you to find. It's not a sponsored video. I just, excited about this product and finally getting it and getting started on it. And so there's no kickbacks or anything like that. Just trying to help Glenn out and help you guys out if you're interested in this. So looks like we got some boards, cables, of course, our USB cable. That's the great thing, is this natively connects via USB, so you can use it with a PC, Raspberry Pi, or in what I plan to be doing with it, you can even use it with Android devices. So, had some people that own this kind enough to test that out for me, so I confirmed that it does work on Android. And if I can get these things out of here, everything in here is nice and snug. Here's our screws, a whole lot more cables. I tell you, there's no way this thing is getting damaged in shipping. It is in there rock solid. So that's our 2-in-1 button. And for now, I'm just going to get the 8-way joystick out, because that's what we will be using for Akari Warriors. there's a stick, and let's just start taking these buttons out. Yep, Jason says it's supposed to have a really nice feel, even with normal games. And yeah, I mean, you can hear, I don't know if you can hear that, the clickiness. So you got the nice, good rotary. It also moves up and down. So for spinner games, like if you were going to use this with Tron or games like that, it's got you can pull it up and push it down for Tron discs. So it's definitely nice and heavy duty. Get all these buttons out of here. Like I said, this packaging is impressive. So impressive, I can't easily get this stuff out. Leopard Squid had to kill 5 trees for that manual. Can you plug this into the ALU? I would assume. I would assume most things that take a USB will read it as a USB joystick. What you might have issues with is the rotary aspects. In many cases, it requires mapping the rotary options to keystrokes. And how do I get this out of here without breaking it? By the way, there's the back. So for the player 2, the blue. There we go. All right, I think I got all of our pieces out of there. And then before I actually get to assembling, I'm going to go ahead and start punching these out. Meatball Saucy has not bought this yet, but it's definitely been on my radar. I get Facebook ads for it all the time. Yes, I too get those Facebook ads all the time. What is going on here? I just realized I think this thing is on my wrong camera. Let me see if I can change that. Well, now I've got this whole display messed up, so let's see if we can change this thing. What the heck? There we go. Okay, well, that was screwy. Sorry about that. Wanted to make sure that I got this camera better. I was trying to use my regular webcam or on this stupid laptop, and so these should just punch out, but they are in there good. So I don't really want to destroy the box here, so I'm going to cheat a little. There we go. So just needed it to get it started. Yep, gold leaf push button. So they feel pretty solid. We'll see once they're actually installed how they feel. And while Akari Warriors technically only needs 2, the arcade itself has 4, so that you could play right-handed or left-handed for each side. And of course, this includes 6, so you can use it with a myriad of other games, not just Akari Warriors. As I think Jason pointed out earlier, it should work with all kinds of games. There's those pieces. I'll just drop them in here. This time I'm going to go from the bottom on this one. Whoop. Try not to. Come on. There we go. And these smaller ones just punch out real easy. Oh, and I ripped the paper there on the top, so that's what I get for not being all that careful. And then let's get our trusty manual. All right. There's our first button. Just get these all in. Meatball Saucy said, Yeah, small utility knife is a good tool for a project like this. All right. Let's flip these over. I won't let my OCD get in the way and make sure these are all lined up. I'm just getting them in there. I'll worry about making it pretty later. So I know Jason went and saw Civil War earlier today. Any of you guys interested in seeing that flick? I'm going with the wife tomorrow to check it out. All right, there we go. Now we got some buttons in there. Let's see. Next, we got this fun thing. All right, it says position the joystick body according to the corresponding holes in the screws. I think this looks right. Maybe. Perhaps it's better if I get it the right direction. There we go. All right, let's find us some screws here. It's just normal. Normal Phillips heads. There we go. But, well, that's going to be fun. The joy of having big old fingers and these little tiny screws. Yeah, I'm sure I was supposed to use these washers, but whatever. So I'm not sure if I was supposed to use the mounting spacer or not. Has it listed, but doesn't really say you have to, so I assume that's for some different setups. Either way, I can always go back and put it on. On. Need to find me a little bit of pliers. Little tiny pliers. So what do you guys think of Kong's R Us announcing he's not going to do his weekly shows anymore? Fret Burner 89 actually asks, that's exactly what I am doing. So he asked if anybody's going to use the Street Fighter 2 HS5 to do Ikari Warriors. That is exactly what I am doing. This is just a test. And so I will be taking the Street Fighter 2 HS5. I've got artwork in the works right now. Re-engineering the deck so that it matches the actual original layout of Ikari Warriors. My goal is to make it a rotary only and run on the actual Android PCB so that it can still boot into, if I ever want to put things back, it can go right back into Street Fighter mode. But it will have a 19-inch vertical screen, which is what I'm really excited about. And I'm sure you guys will tell me if I'm screwing any of this up. All right, there's that installed. All right, now we want to insert the joystick. Let's see. Body first. Pass the signal while loaded through. Blah, 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 blah. Of course. And we just got to get this little thing through the hole here. There we go. And need to be able to see. So far, so good. Says, then insert the shaft. When the shaft passes through the joystick body, rotate the two limit blocks at the bottom to fit through the angle of the joystick base. There we go. So that looks good. After passing through the base, adjust the shaft angle to ensure the two limit blocks on the conical part of the shaft are tightly fitted with the recessed notches on the joystick. Also ensure that there are no obstructions, blah, 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 with the recessed surface. Position the joystick bottom facing yourself. Hold the control panel with one hand, keep the shaft pressed down low, prevent it from moving. With the other hand, push the plastic spring seat of the joystick bottom towards the joystick direction to expose the two limit blocks. Okay. Expose the two limit blocks. Once the spring is fully compressed Maintain pressure of the plastic surrounding it. Rotate the plastic spring seat to align the two limit blocks on the shaft with the two limit slots in the plastic seat of the joystick. After aligning, release your hand to let the plastic spring seat combine with the limit block at the bottom of the metal shaft. There we go. All righty. Simple. All right. Next up, we're going to plug in our joystick. And this ought to be fun to get in here. Directionally, it's hard to tell which direction I'm going. But that seems right. All right. That is seated in there. I don't care about removing the joystick. Don't care about removing the knob. Let's see. Connector pins. Here we go. All right, next up is all of our fun wires. How do I undo this? There we go. Yeah, Kevin says, check out that high quality cardboard. It is the highest of quality. So check this out. Not only is he fully color coded it, it's already zip tied up nicely to keep all these cords in the right spots. Very nice. What do we got going on here? And let's take. Come on. Well, if I can undo these zip tie or twisty tie, I've got it. There we go. I had it all jacked up. Oh, that's interesting. So that still connects to this. I don't. These must be the grounds, I take it. Yeah. Okay, so this one plugs into J1, connects all the push buttons. And this clip goes up. One suggestion I might make is plugging some of these harnesses in first before sticking it in the box. Because it is a tight squeeze. Come on. Hopefully I don't break the thing. Come on. There we go. All right. Now we get to map all of our buttons. Wow. Very confused. All right. J3, this is the 6-player joystick, have inputs. Let's see here. Okay, connect the other end of the 2-in-1. So this big white one goes into this. That piece is done. Lots and lots of wires. Okay, there we go. Okay, got them all tangled up. Let's see. It says next, connect the other end of the main cable to that. If you're using built-in encoder in the joystick, which I am, for the push buttons, connect the 0.110 terminals to the main cable to the corresponding terminals of the button's bottom. Note that each button corresponds to a signal input on the joystick's internal encoder, so the button needs to be connected to a signal terminal colored wire. Let's see. Okay, number 1. Voltage output for lighted buttons. We don't need that. Number 2, lighting control. Number 7. Where are you, lucky number 7? Interesting. So looks like only a few of these are actually labeled. Let's see. It's this red one. Wait, that's going to that. So I'm somewhat confused here. Lots and lots of wires. The squid says if I can't find it, figure it out, he has no hope. There's a video. I'll jump into the video and take a look real quick. It just basically says, no, each button corresponds to a signal input on the joystick's internal coder. So the button needs to be connected to a signal terminal colored wire and a ground terminal black wire. Says connecting the joystick signal shaft wire. Insert the 5 pin. Comes out of the button joystick. Then the 5 pin. connecting the calibration PCB that is used of joystick POV hat mode, only necessary during the key mapping and joystick POV hat mode. I don't know that I need that, but I'll mess with that. Let's see. Okay. Let me grab my phone. I'm assuming the the pen's colors matter. I mean, it's not exactly super clear. Videos on how to joystick installation. Well, let's just see what this one is.
Start by inserting the 4 screws into the controller. Screws have gone through the plugs. Rotary shaft. Bottom of the shaft on the side of the knob.
Okay. Well, that literally just shows you how to stick the controller in there. So, yeah. Fun. Don't know how you tell which button is which. You got the positives and negatives. All right, well, let's wing this. Here we are. We have. Man, it would be nice if these were 1, 2. Let's all go to that. This yellow. Button 11. This green one is button 12. There's a lot of. There's only 6 buttons, but there is a lot of wires. Let's see. Oh. Blue goes to that. Well, the ones we know we can do are these grounds. I think this is if you're going to do like all 12 buttons. So there's actually like 12, but all coming off of one joystick, which is crazy. All right, we got our grounds in. We don't want these. And let's see. Take yellow. Trying to see here which ones are lined correctly with the lower buttons or lower numbers of wires. So I think this orange one here. Nope, it's the other orange one. All right, now what's next? Green. Let's see. Brown. Brown, really? And then that's that blue. Purple, maybe? All right, let's just go blue. Close enough. We can always map them later. So, all right, next up we need our USB cable. To power this thing. I'm not quite sure how I'm supposed to get the USB cable out the box. Okay, plug the Type-C USB into the C port on the Raspberry Pi or your joystick. Glenn, did you give me a punch out for this? Some hole to run it through? What is this? Just pop everything out of this box real quick. Yep. Oh, Thumper says he always gives extra wires and stuff for every possible combination. And ain't that the truth? Okay, all that stuff is out. How on earth am I supposed to keep the USB stick out? All right, whatever. All right, what are you getting hung up on here? Just gonna. I guess you can't leave the foam insert in. Makes sense since you put all the buttons in there. There we go. All right. Well, we have a joystick, so let's go see if this thing actually works. Okay, so those of you still sticking around, if you could give me a one in the chat, let me know if you can actually hear me. I have my stick here plugged in. It found the stick. So step one, see here it's all lit up. Hopefully you can see that. Lit blue and it's blinking. Let me here. Boom. All right, so it sees the controller. And we need to upgrade the firmware. All right, the firmware's been updated. I think we've got the 0 degrees. Whoop, that just opened something. Stop opening. Controller tester. So that's all working. Rotation seems to work. Pretty cool. How about buttons? 2. So that's definitely got the wiring wrong. So 1 and 1 and 4. 1 and 7. Okay. Let's see here. I think that should be good. So, all right, next up, let's just give this a whirl. So I'm going to launch retro art here. What did I do? Back. Gotta stop double clicking. Load the core every time. Frustrating. Go. Stop. Sorry, I'm trying to get this all back. All right. All right. Hopefully, you guys can see that and hear it. Okay. Uh, what the heck? Well, it might be helpful if I knew how to actually map the things on this. Irritating that it's off the screen. Let's see if this will actually let us move. Nope. So far, no moves, no nothing. Any retro arc experts in there? Let's see. Change how the virtual retro pad. I don't care about your virtual retro pad. I want you to use my actual gamepad. Well, I mean, the buttons are testing well. I don't know how to configure this stupid thing. Uh, Dice index. That doesn't mean anything to me. EX, yeah. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Okay. Hey. Well, he's not moving, but progress. I have bullets and grenades at least. All right, let's go back. Uh, there should be. Need to set the key mapping. Alright, somehow I lost the fire button in doing that. Alright. How did I lose the fire button? What? Oh, it says I have no bullets. That's why I didn't. Er, Well, I'm not sure what is happening. Why my bullets are shooting like no matter which direction I push is driving me crazy. So right now it's not, the rotary's not turning, so I'll have to see what's going on there. I thought I read on something on Glenn's that back up here. You have to map it to the Z, which I thought I did, but for some reason Z got confused with different buttons. So like this should not have the Z key mapped to that button one. Up, down, left, right. Oh, actually, that's the problem. It's W and Q, not what I mapped it to. Oh no, it's got W and Q. This is always fun, doing this stuff live, but let's try this again. I don't know that I don't know that I've got the yeah, it's still like firing like crazy, but the turning is kind of working. He's only turning one way though. Makes me wonder if I mapped them backwards. Of course, I'm really, really sucking at this because I don't know what the hell I'm doing with the buttons. Spin left Q, spin right. This is an awkward I'm really not sure why he shoots while I'm walking. I don't think that's normal gameplay. Maybe I'm wrong. It's hard to control this thing when you don't have the input right. Alrighty, well, I will read up on this and see if I can't figure it out more, but something is definitely amiss. Uh, I gotta turn these off. You just delete them. Okay. See if that. Come on. I'm dying right away because I'm too busy trying to get this thing to turn. I think the joystick is fine. I just have the config wrong. Because I definitely have in the tester, right? I've got the joystick oriented correctly. I do think so. It's weird because turning it like seems to turn it right, but it only turns. He's only turning. Like he only turns so far when I'm turning it, if you see. And now he's not turning at all. Here. Then he turns again. So there's definitely something wonky with, but at least the it's not shooting extra this time. But when I can't just turn the gun the right direction. Come on. Well, making progress. I just got to figure out the mapping on the scroll wheel. Because it's, I mean, it definitely turns sometimes. I also got to learn how to get good. So I'll keep playing with it, but you know, it's definitely, it feels good. It feels high quality. The buttons feel good. I am impressed. I just got to figure, like I said, it's all working now. I just got to figure out how to make that and how I got this out of like real full screen. There we go. Oh, you turned the wrong way again. It's almost like it's competing. So I wonder if having that, if the keys aren't like multi-mapped somehow. and they're fighting against each other. I try one more thing here. Where were these? I delete it. Oh, delete it. Ah, thought I had it. Dang it. It's just so hard when you can't control the damn way the guy's facing. Anyway, we've been at this for a long time, so I'm gonna put that thing down and move you and exit out of there. So thanks to those for those who stuck around forever. Our second live, really live tinkering went about as well as the first time. So who knows? In 20 minutes, 30 minutes, it may be working well. Just like it was last time. As soon as I got off the stream, everything kicked into gear. So we hit about an hour and a half. Again, thanks everybody for joining me. I really appreciate it. Hopefully, you got a good glimpse at the Glenn Super Stick. It works well. Again, it's just back to configuring. I could see with the in his tester, it's reading all the right signals. It moves around. The buttons are working. It's just a matter of figuring out the spinner thing. And I know he's got a lot of good help documentation. There's a whole section in the manual for how to get this working with Akari Warriors and MAME. Since I'm using RetroArch and Nero, it's a little different. So I'll just have to tinker around with them. But in most cases, the guidance is to just map them to the keys, rather map the function to the keys rather than the spinner itself. But so I'll keep playing with it, and when I figure out a solution, I'll let you guys know. And with that being said, until next time, have fun.